I don't know if it's a cultural thing or maybe a personal preference, because I gave birth around the same time as one of my coworkers. And when we were both still at work talking about, you know, our birth plans and whatever, the conversation about giving birth and all of that stuff, they asked me, do you want your husband to be in the room with you? It's called tachiai. And I said, yes, of course, you know, I wouldn't see it any other way.
Yeah, for Americans, it's pretty
normal. Yeah. But when I asked, you know, her, she said, no, I don't want them in there at all. And another coworker, he is a male coworker that I asked, he said, I wasn't in there for that either. Like, what could I do? And I was like, support your wife.
Hold her hand.
You know, so maybe it sounds like a cultural thing to me because that was 2 Japanese people in that time telling me this, but it could have also just been their personal preference. I'm not here saying all Japanese people do that, but
it depends.
But it truly depends. And so I also asked my husband's mom, so my mom-in-law, about her experience. You know, did she want her husband in there, or was that even an option? And she was also like, no, he just waited outside. Yeah, like maybe not outside of the hospital, you know, but outside of the labor and delivery room. Yeah, so I was kind of just surprised to see that, they're just, that's the option, to not be in there during the birth. Yeah, I'm just glad that he was able to be in the room with me, although I could have wished, you know, I wish there was longer visitation time.
Yeah.
That was kind of shocking to me. Because, like, in the States, you see the whole family coming into the room, which also, like...
Yeah,
maybe...
depends on the person, but that might be a little too much.
Yeah, I can see, for me personally, that would be so stressful because you're just so tired and there's all kinds of people...
You're very vulnerable.
Yeah, like, maybe touching your baby. I know a lot of people, you know, babies can get sick if you have some family members or friends who are really, you know, trying to kiss your baby and that, like, spreads germs and stuff. So in that sense, in the health sense, I'm kind of very glad I didn't have to host a lot of people while I was in the hospital. It kind of gave, that limited visitation gave me a good excuse to be like, sorry, you can't come, you know. No one in my circle was like pushy like that anyway, but if there was, I was happy to have the excuse.